welcome to ECCSC Live. I'm your host, Tyrone Muhammad, and you're in for another great show. And please remember, go to ECCSC.info and share the live and share the information. CanTV.org, ECC, X-Cons for Community and Social Change. Once again, like last week, I told y'all he'll be back. I got the mighty Mark Carter on the set again. Mark, listen, man, you come in here with this Make America Great Again hat. Man, what you doing, man? What is this? They don't make America great. When was it ever great?
I mean, what's the difference? I mean, if they put a Joe Biden hat on, I can put a Trump hat on. What's the difference? If they can put a Danny Davis hat on, I can put a Trump hat on.
I ain't got no problem.
What's the difference?
I don't have a problem with your hat. Make it great.
But, you know, I was just paying attention. You said, when was America great?
Yeah.
I think everybody need to go look at the video from Killer Mike. The rapper Killer Mike. Now, you hear the name, you know, it may take you in a different direction, but go and look up that whole Revolt. It was a Revolt with Puffy and them and everything. Very powerful speech this dude came with, and for the most part, he basically was showing that to free people, stop fighting over what white man is better than the other white man.
Right.
And he's correct with that.
There ain't no question.
He talked about how we need to look at controlling our economics. And I'm going to let you know why I'm wearing this hat tonight, but I'm going to...
Excellent. We're most definitely going to get on that because all politics is local.
That's right.
And we have been blocked out of local politics for a long time. Since I was little, I've never seen it this way. It wasn't as bad. We had black businesses. It's like at some point, it's like our elected officials voted to have our communities dry.
Oh, without a doubt.
And then at what point did it become
where
all these Arabs come in and build all these liquor stores in our community? Just like the prison system. I know you could remember this. There was a time when our parents voted to have no prisons in the inner cities. But then at some point, the whites downstate said, we welcome all prisons. And then our bodies just started.
And then the same parents helped send us down to
with Clinton crime bill.
Clinton's crime bill, but not just through Clinton's crime bill, but through black pastors who were allowing those politicians to come in those churches and use our mothers and our grandmothers against us for the most part. And some of our fathers and grandfathers there.
So JB learned that honestly.
No, without
he came and pimped all the pastors. He went on a Chicago
Pimp Crusade
tour apologizing to these bootlicking pastors.
That's right.
About being a racist.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know, just think. For 50 years we've been losing. 50 years, maybe 60 or 70 years. I'm just gonna say 50. For 50 years under every single mayor that's been a Democratic mayor, just talk about Chicago, and you can look at Detroit, you can look at all these other so-called Democratic cities, right?
Right.
We've been losing for 50 years under Democratic control, mayors and councilmen, aldermen, whatever you may choose to call them. There are no white racist Republicans in Chicago. So, if there are no white racist Republicans in Chicago, then why are we homeless? Why are we unemployed?
Why are we killing each other?
Why are we dying from homelessness? Why are we being forced to savage behavior? These are no white racist Republicans doing this to black people in this city.
Right.
These are black racist Democrats, white racist Democrats, Hispanic racist Democrats, working against the interests of all poor people in this city. Mainly black people, because this is a majority black city. This is a chocolate city right here. This is one of the most chocolate cities in the country.
At least as it relates to legislative power. I've never seen
population. There's more of us in population.
No question. We politically got more. We just not. I know little John them won't give a care about signing no census and signing no paperwork. So you don't even know he exists. But that's got to change because we got to put this movement forth that allow us to not only capture those young people, but also there's a lot of elders, man, that's tired and just waiting on the right leadership to step up.
Well, let me get right off into why I put this hat on today. 3 major things, or 2 especially, that we are opposing. That's this immigration policy that consistently puts everybody to work but black people. I'm a man.
Right.
My job as a man is to make sure that women and children are not homeless, hungry, or naked.
And protect.
That's my job.
And protect.
And protected. That's my job. That's your job. As a man, our God-given duty is to do those things.
Yes, sir.
Second being, I'm against these unions. Now, a lot of people say, well, granddaddy was in the union or uncle was in the union. Yeah, that may have worked a long time ago, but it don't work these days.
Right, no steel. They had steel mills. They had General Motors. They didn't have to go to college or high school. They didn't even have to go to high school.
That's right.
They can come right and get a living wage.
That's right.
From General Motors and the steel mills. As in the manufacturing,
and paid for their homes in communities like North
Glendale. A new car every day,
right.
every year.
Every year. And look, for most people that don't understand, in communities like Lawndale, those factories were literally next door where they could walk to work. They didn't even have to drive to work. So they saved money on gas and all the repair their cars and everything because the cars stayed parked.
And they own the businesses.
That's right. So they can walk to work. We got to get back to that. And the only way to get back to that is to get out of this socialist mindset, this liberal mindset, and go into capitalism.
Yeah.
This is a capitalistic country. All this talking about you going to school to be some social service poverty pimp. Hey, look.
But schools are capitalistic.
Without a
How
doubt.
do you think you're gonna have a coach making 8 to 12 million and a player who runs up and down the field makes nothing?
But check this out though. The city of Chicago's budget is $10.6 billion, last year's budget. You think they're not about money? You think these people are not about making money? The Chicago Public Schools budget is $6.5 billion. The Wilder Reclamation is almost $2 billion. CTA's budget is $4 billion. And we running around here talking about there's no money or marching. Look, when you got money, you ain't worried about no. The police ain't killing nobody that got no money. Plain and simple, they can get lawyers.
Right, no question.
The police are not running through neighborhoods where people got money. They only chase poor folks.
Yeah.
And our people been taught that automatically we should be with the Democratic Party. Why?
Listen, I want to know.
Now I'm not Democrat or Republican.
No, me neither.
I know how to use both of them.
I could care less.
You
If
know?
it don't serve our interests, I'm saying this in that. If it doesn't serve our interests, it's not for us. It doesn't matter about the political association, Democratic, Republic. They all the same. All of them, trust me, them people go to lunch together. Them people are in part of the same fraternities and sororities.
Look, let me tell you something.
Go with.
From Obama to Trump, unemployment never went down in the black community. Has not gone down in the black community. The only way we're going to bring unemployment down is that we have to go and take control of the economics.
That's right.
Take control of the money that's coming into these cities. Now let me get back to why I got this hat on.
Go ahead.
Look, a lot of people don't get what Trump is saying, right? Because they so caught up in the media has told you how racist that is.
And he's not endorsing Trump. Mind you, he's not saying he with Trump or not with Democrat or Republican. He's talking about how those policies can trickle down into our community.
How we can take this hat and make it benefit us. How we can make this hat great again.
Right.
See, we can take this hat and make it benefit us, but the people are too focused on racism coming from the racist media. How a racist gonna tell me how racist Trump is?
Right.
Why would I listen to a racist tell me how racist he is? Now let me get back to this thing about this hat, right? Like I said, there's really 2 things that I'm focused on when it comes to this hat. And that's these unions and this immigration policy. Both are issues that this sitting president has shown time and time again to be against. And with him being against those two policies or those two things, guess what? It benefits us.
Yeah.
You don't believe what I'm saying? Look down in Cargill, that food processing plant down in Mississippi. Look at the company right here in Chicago. Both of those companies, when immigration came in and pushed illegal immigrants out, automatically had to hire black men, women, and children. See, nobody wants to talk about that part because they want you focused on racism. And you get so caught up on the racism that you don't even get to the part where you talk about the economics.
Yeah.
It's time we start talking about economics. Now, we was told all our lives, and I guess we just never paid attention to it, when they said the Republicans for the rich, the Democrats are for the poor. Why would I say I'm with a party that say it's for poor folks? What level of insanity?
Because, man, the
brainwashing.
It's insanity. The
Man, you talking
brainwashing that has made us to believe that we shouldn't want for anything.
But when I say what I just said, it is to say to our people that you know what the racist Democratic Party is going to give you. They told you. Poor, welfare, nothing. They told you this. Go over there and talk to the Republicans. I'm not Democrat or Republican. I know how to use this side this time and use the other side next time. I'm in the middle. I'm like the wild card.
But even in Democrats, even those who claim to be Democrats, they don't believe everything that the Democratic Party use.
No, they don't.
Or purports.
Danny
They
Davis.
take what they take. Man,
I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah.
Danny Davis, one of his best friends was Mark Kirk, who was the Republican senator. Not only was he Danny Davis's friend, but guess what? His consultant for black folks was Danny Davis, now chief of staff. That may not be her position, chief of staff, because I remember the other guy that was Mark Kirk's chief of staff, his actual chief of staff. He became the commissioner for on the West Side.
Right.
So he left from working from Danny Davis to Mark Kirk, who was a Republican senator, back to being with Danny Davis. Then he became commissioner and lost his seat. So these people are telling you you should be Democrat or Republican, or you shouldn't be Republican, you should be Democrat. Guess what?
Why they eat together?
Both.
Why they eat together?
All of them eat. You know what I'm saying? Why you being mad at one side, this side mad at this side? Do like Killer Mike say, hey, look, let's not join either side.
That's right.
Let's use both sides. That's what it's about, putting our agenda on the table.
Yeah.
If we don't have an agenda that say who gets what, when, where, and how, we shouldn't be voting for nobody. I'm not voting for nobody because nobody died for no right to vote. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not just going to vote because all those that died for the right to vote, their legacy got pimped. So don't try to use their legacy.
Oh, they good at
to
that.
your advantage.
Dr. King didn't do. First of all, you cowards. Dr. King wasn't a coward.
Not at
He
all.
wasn't afraid. He was nonviolent, but he wasn't a coward.
Well, see,
he wasn't afraid to die. And he wasn't afraid to go to prison for what he believed in. Now, the tactic and the method might be different, but it takes courage to stand in the face while white folks hitting you upside your head with rocks and bricks, sticking dogs on you and talking about something.
Well, see, those are marches. I couldn't be.
I would never.
I couldn't have been in those marches.
The moment I saw the dog, I was shooting.
Man, I promise you.
I mean, I couldn't even do that. But see, they exist, with all due respect, they exist so we can exist.
That's right.
So you have to bring in and usher in new reformation, new reforms, new revolution. We are a different mindset, you know. And I don't agree with everything that Mark do.
Right.
I don't agree with everything that I do. But I would not line up against him to support people that don't care about nothing we do.
Exactly.
That makes no sense to me how we can do that for crumbs and peanuts.
Well, you know, when I look at the things that Dr. King fought for, you know, I have to say, first and foremost, I don't know how to be nonviolent. Especially if you've been extremely violent toward me.
But what is that?
And secondly, people don't know Dr. King, one of his last fights with, his last struggles and fights that he had took on in 1967 was the Poor People's Campaign.
Yeah,
and the Poor People's Campaign was where he talked about that black folks needed $30 billion so that we didn't end up in this position that we're in now. He had already foreseen that we would be economically broken. That we would be just savagery would run rampant across this country if they didn't start socially and economically and politically developing black people. Mm-hmm. So he saw this way back then, and so what we have to do now is use who's ever in the White House, because even with Barack in there, we didn't utilize him.
Man.
I don't give a damn who is in the governor's mansion, who is in the 5th floor of City Hall, who is in the White House. You supposed to utilize them. And for that's why I got this hat on tonight. I'm going to use Trump, you know what I'm saying, until I can't use them no more. If he say make America great again, and that's beneficial to us, then goddamn, let's make America great again.
So, Mark, this is what I got to say to you. We still over there dealing with that. The brothers and sisters are over there with their colored nails. Mm-hmm. Come to find out here, the windows got broke again. Unfortunately, God, Jesus came down and broke the windows again. I guess that's what happened. But anyway, bro. First of all, it shouldn't be even a question that they should even have. First of all, if you don't want me somewhere, I'm not gonna be there.
That's right.
What make them people stay in there and not fear for their lives or their person where they not wanted?
Because
what is that?
Because some black folks done told them it's okay. See, there was a time in our community when you were asked to leave, you knew to leave. See, they always got some old special Negroes, and then you got even some of the not so special Negroes that, like the ones that keep going up in there and getting their nails done and stuff.
The blind.
And some of them going up in there because in most cases they're unconscious, right? But them special Negroes is the ones that I really focus on because they're the ones who make it okay.
But this is the thing I want to ask you. How is it okay for someone, our sisters and our wives and our women and daughters, get assaulted by an Asian or a store owner, if he was black, several times, and the aldermen don't even come down to the protest or even visit the people that's been assaulted?
Because there is no accountability. Okay, where there's accountability, then there's respect. See, he doesn't respect the community.
That is Alderman Howard Brookins.
Yes,
please send me his address. Find his address for me so that we can visit it. I couldn't find it.
Oh, well, let me show you how to
find me his address so we can go out with the bullhorn and disturb your household the way the people are being disturbed by businesses that you all give license to.
That's right.
To disrespect our women.
Couldn't be in business without the
alderman.
So the way they find him is public information. When he's doing petitions, go back and pull his old petitions. His address is on there. His real address has got to be on that petition.
But somebody out there know it now.
But without
somebody out there find Alderman
21st Ward.
Tell him we coming to knock in. I went by the office.
We don't barbecue in his front yard.
Let's barbecue. We barbecue. I'm a vegetarian. I'm going to put some Boca burgers on there. We barbecuing in his front yard. Let him know we'll be outside his house this week with the bull.
I'm putting a ham on there for that swine Negro.
I got a different grill.
That old swine Negro, I'm going to put a ham on there.
Man, listen.
Put some pork on there for that swine.
We're going to get this man address. We're going to put out a date and a day and a time.
That's right.
We're going to show up at this man's house where his children and his wife are peaceful while women and children get beat up going into businesses in his ward that he gave license to.
I'm finna tell you.
We're setting you down.
Watch this right here. I'm finna throw one at you that you ain't paid attention to. The land that Walmart and all those stores sit on.
The city.
No.
What?
Alderman Brookins' father, Larry Huggins, now Sherman that recently died, they are leasing the land to those.
Wait. Larry Huggins get money
Yes,
for this
all
land?
of them.
So our sisters getting beat up
all
in a
of
play.
them.
That's why we
All
can't
of them.
find no information.
That-
Guys is playing
They
around.
lease the land.
Wait.
They own all that land over there.
How did Larry Huggins and them come to own this land?
Who's the alderman?
So Brooke is his father. So him and Larry Huggins are partners.
No. You missed the.
You said his-
You missed the most
Go
important
ahead.
part. Alderman Brookins' father is part of the partnership.
Yeah.
That owns the land and leases it to Walmart and all these places.
So even
So how
the
you-
part with the
All the land over there. All the land over there.
And where is it that Huggins come in?
They're all part of the cabal. The guy with the newspaper, I can't think of his name, but they all up. They all them black. These black guys.
All these black guys.
Yes.
Y'all pay attention, please. Please pay attention because I told you all politics is local.
Watch this.
And
right
I'll
now.
go ahead.
Watch this.
Listen,
Watch
listen,
this,
people,
y'all.
listen.
And I want
bringing
to say
you
this to
something.
everybody on live. Look, nothing that happens to black people in this city can happen without black leadership being up with it. Old Negroes that's been sitting down with white folks for 40 and 50 years telling white folks they got us under control. So what we must do is get together.
We disrupt the plantation.
Look,
we disrupting the plantation.
we the young lions that have grown up.
Yeah.
We've been in the wilderness for 40 years.
And that's penitentiary.
And in the wilderness for 40 years. Now that we strong and healthy, we saying to daddy and granddaddy, if you've been Uncle Tom, get your ass out
No,
of here.
repent, amend your way, and come back home.
No. I don't want no repentance from the Negroes.
See? I
I only respect those that didn't sell us out. All that sold us out, there is no
It's
apology.
a new plantation.
I'm not
It's
li-
a new crop now. Listen what I'm telling you. They've been
You
trying
sound
to
like a
kill
Christian.
me.
You know,
It's
you-
a new
you-
crop. No,
you
listen,
sound like
listen.
a Christian.
No,
Come
for
on.
real.
Let him apologize.
All right,
Ain't nothing
then.
wrong with
Brush them
apologize.
off to the ocean.
Atonement
then.
and all that.
Look. No, really.
ahead.
It's a new cash crop now. And all these Negroes done lined up with this weed. They done all lined up with these dispensaries.
Yes.
I ain't gonna tell you how many years I done spent, times I done been in the back of a police car for selling weed when I was younger.
Yes.
How do we get repaired for the damage done to us while they think they finna, they
Rise
talking
up.
about, be quiet.
Right,
Be quiet, Tyrone. Don't disrupt the
Let me tell you
weed
how.
tree.
Let me tell you how.
This the new cotton.
We rise up and make Chicago great again. That's what we do. That's how we do this.
So Chicago has to be new.
We have to take all of us who are the men and women. See, right now we're the mothers and fathers of the city.
No question.
Our parents and our grandparents have almost aged out. Some of them have aged out. It is time that we get in front. It's time we drive the car. Because the car been in the ditch too many times under the present leadership. So it's time we move them out of the way, get in the car and drive it. Now, if we're going to keep on helping them get the car out of the ditch and putting them back in position, then whatever happened to us is on us. We got to get in the car and drive it now. So, what are we going to do? Let me show you what we're going to do. On Thursday, we're going to have this meeting to talk about economic control. Economic control. Now, everybody at the table with us, they wouldn't wear this hat like me. You know what I'm saying? They're not bold like I am, and I'm very controversial, and I don't give a about, you know what I'm saying, who gets upset, because I'm upset. You know, so the thing is that we're not gonna let them keep on driving the car.
Right.
So with this event that we're having Thursday, we want everybody to hit us up on Facebook, and we're gonna inbox the flyer to you. Like I say, everybody at this table is not, you know, they're not willing to put this hat on and be as controversial as I am, but they are business people who are looking to go out to contracts and things so we can put our people to work, so we can change things in our community. And so that's what we have to do as especially strong men. You know, men don't care about who's racist. Not men. Men. What men do is take that lemon and turn it to lemonade. See, what I believe in, Trump is a lemon. Then I must turn to lemonade.
No question. So we got 1 minute. Y'all heard what Mark said. Listen, get ready. He mentioned Thursday, and I check it to him and we'll post it. But also, we will be doing barbecue.
That's right.
In front of Alderman Harold Brookins' home.
Barbecue Brookins?
Barbecue Brookins.
Barbecue
And
Brookins.
any other alderman and congressman, state rep that's out of order in these communities. So thank you all for tuning in again to ECCSC Live on CAN TV, and we hope to see you next week. Continue to share and visit cantv.org and look at all the programming. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.